Hello everybody, it's your girl Jenny D. This is my Q&A video, first ever, so let's get to it. First question is from Adriana V. Do you have any advice on how to get a guy's attention? Yes girl, I do. First of all, look hot and don't give him any attention. Guys want what they can't have. Let me tell you what not to do. Oh hi, how are you? My name's such and... Keep it cool, okay? Alright. Second question, by Shaylin Hopkins. How did the whole almond milk thing come to be? Well, I was drunk. Best things come when you're drunk sometimes. I really like almonds, and the color of my skin is like almonds, so... And I like milk, so... My name's Almond Milk. Nicole wants to know, what's the one motto that you go by? Be in the present. Don't live so much in the past or in the future, and do not forget to have fun. Because that's what life's all about, right? Just have fun. Don't forget. Haley wants to know, how was your overall high school experience? When I was in high school, I was a lot different than I am today. I had long black hair. I wore band t-shirts, metal-studded belts. I skateboarded. I listened to really heavy hip-hop. And I had subs in my car, and I would like roll around smoking Black and Milds like I was a little punk thug. My dad was into really heavy metal, so that's kind of where the whole like punk thing came from. And I was a rebellious child because I was moving around a lot. I moved like every single year throughout my grade school career. I had a hard time fitting in. I got in a lot of trouble, got in a lot of fights. The principal pulled me into his office one day and said, Jenny, if you want to make something out of your life, you're going to have to start getting serious. I had to decide that I was going to get serious, so I don't know. I don't know if it was because I broke up with my boyfriend junior year or what it was. He was probably a really bad influence on me. Decided I was going to pay more attention in school. Then when I got in college, I loved college. I love learning. So yeah. Question from That's Another Language, I don't know, Jackney Quinn. I guess. What was the process like for signing up for the real world? It was long and hard. No pun intended. I sent an email with some pictures and a bio. 4 months went by and I got an email kind of out of the blue. It wasn't like, hey, this is the real world and we want you. It's just like, hey, answer these 4 questions. And then it turned into a long questionnaire. It turned into a whole life bio situation, 500 questions. And I was in front of a psychologist. I had a psych test, a drug test, a physical, STD prep test. There was a whole bunch of stuff. It took like 4 or 5 months. Jimmy wants to know, are you going to be on any MTV challenges? Probably. I don't know for sure. If they ask, I'm saying hell yes. I'm going to go on there and whoop ass. Fresh meat in the house. Sarah I wants to know, how has the real world changed you as a person, for good and the bad? Honestly, I've only seen about half of the season. Maybe I'll answer that question again later, because they were kind of in limbo. This is like the mid-drama. Nicole wants to know, how did you manage to not know about the pregnancy? LOL. I don't know, I was kind of in my own world like I am with a lot of things. Wasn't trying to get in their business, and I didn't really care to know what was going on with them. I had enough on my hands with Brian being there, so I just wasn't really paying attention like I do with a lot of things. Jennifer Drake wants to know, Jenny D, what's up? What's the name of the red lipstick you wear on the show? Kat Von D's Red Matte Lip Stain. You're welcome, Kat Von D. It's matte. I like it because it stays on really well. Yeah, the lipstick's great, but here's the main key to making your lips look good. Hi, how you doing? Line your lips, or take the lipstick or the lip stain, whatever you're using, and line a little slightly around the lips. Don't like do it like a clown, like where you're like, wah. Make sure there's a clear, definitive line between your lips and your skin. I think lipstick and mascara are 2 things that you don't have to spend a lot of money on, because it's just that shit and then like wax on your lips no matter what you use. So make sure the color looks right and make sure you're applying it right. Jenna Warner wants to know, she says, hi Jenny, love watching you on the road. Well, thank you, girl. Was wondering what powder foundation do you use, as well what brand of mascara? For my mascara, I use L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. This is my shit. With mascara, I had somebody else ask me this question. Make sure that you're putting it at the bottom and you're wiggling it, and then you go up. Make sure you have a good eyelash comb that's made of metal that has sharp edges. Don't do it while someone else is driving or you're driving, because you might poke your eye out. I've done that before. Make sure that you're combing, reapplying, and make sure that you're curling. It's all in the technique. For foundation, I don't have it on me. Makeup forever. I am Papito, 21, wants to know what my sign is. What's your sign? Because you crack me up so much on the show. My sign is a Virgo Leo cusp. Technically a Virgo. My birthday is August 24th, but I was born at like midnight, so I'm basically on a cusp. So I have Virgo tendencies. It's kind of where my dominance and my I feel the need to be the center of attention sometimes comes from. And then the Virgo is where my intellectual side, my perfectionism side comes from. And sometimes I'll sit there and I'll go like this, and then 50 thoughts just went through my head. I don't know if that's necessarily a Virgo thing, or if it's an ADHD thing, but answered your question. Virgo Leo cusp. Ashley wants to know. Ashley Barrett wants to know. So I say your ass is crazy. Thank you. Knife dancing and everything. Ha ha. But I wanted to know, how did you lose all that weight so quick? You look so good. What are your secrets? Thank you, girl. I'll do a full video on this later because I have a lot. I can go into this for hours. I want to be a doctor, and my emphasis is in nutrition and psychology, so I'll do a bunch of videos on this later. Just to answer your question really quickly, eat small meals. Don't eat heavy meals. Don't skip meals. Take care of your body. Honestly, I was the heaviest I'd ever weighed in my life on that show. I think I weighed 160, and I'm 5'4". It was a mixture between all the stress and staying up late and eating a lot of food, bad food at the wrong times in the middle of the night, and drinking a lot. We couldn't listen to music in the house for copyrighted reasons, so we would go out every night, and I would say to myself, okay, I'm not going to drink, and I actually stayed pretty good to that sometimes, but I did drink a lot because when we went out, of course, I'm going to have a beer or two, or 3 or 4, and then I end up eating a lot of food, and then I'm stressed. Being able to stress from the show, and you know, sometimes you just want to go away without the camera and just pig out with your stomach out, no makeup on, just veg, eat a pizza, maybe masturbate, have a beer, and listen to some music, chill and do nothing. Couldn't do that in the house. I gained a lot of weight on the show, so when I got off the show, I went back to my daily regimen. I lost the weight back off, and I went back to how I was, and yeah, there it is. Amanda Harrer, sorry if I said that wrong, wants to know, how do you find that confidence in yourself? It's so inspiring. The way you dress and look is always perfection. Thank you. How do I find the confidence in myself? Positive affirmation and using cognitive behavioral therapy, as in you can change the way you feel by changing the way you think. If you have an issue with feeling confident within yourself, number one, groom. I'm talking, if you're feeling down and out, take a shower, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, put makeup on, go shopping, get a nice outfit. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You know, I bought a lot of clothes from Goodwill and thrift stores. No shame in my game at all. I don't give a shit. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you look good. If there's a disconnect, it's going to be very obvious. A lot of times, if you feel like shit, you'll look like shit. If you look like shit, you'll feel like shit. So if you want to feel good, groom, put your makeup on, get your clothes on, and go strut the street. On the street. What you like to do, read a book, go see a movie, just do something that feels good, that will shine through when you feel good, and that's when the confidence will radiate. That's a very complex question. I wish I could answer anything with simplicity, but I can't seem to answer anything with the simple answer. Whitney wants to know, was Brian mad when you said Corey was better in bed? No, this is the question of the year. Sometimes I can let my emotions get the best of me, and at that time in the after show, I really hated Brian because I was finding out that, well, you'll see later, he was doing some things in the show that I wasn't so happy about, and afterwards he was kind of acting a fool, and I really hated him from the show. The show tore us apart. I did not want to boost his ego. Brian was pissed because he knew that I was just saying that to piss him off and not give him an ego boost. This is not to put Corey under the bus at all. What I said was only to piss Brian off, and I'm sorry, America, for lying about that. I wish I would have just never answered the question, because it's really no one else's business. But now I feel like I owe America an answer because I gave them the dishonest answer. So there's the answer. The godmother, girl, you're the bomb. How does it feel having fans across the world loving and looking up to you? I am very flattered by it. I don't really know how to handle it 100%. Things are changing now, and I have a lot more attention, and I just don't really know what to do with it. It's strange. It's weird. It's really weird. Michael Curtis wants to know, how do you keep such a positive and energetic personality all the time? I don't have a positive and energetic personality all the time. I am just like everybody else in the sense that sometimes I just want to just not talk and I want to just watch a movie and just let myself recharge. I want people to realize that this is a TV show and they show one side of me. There were days where I just didn't do shit. I didn't say shit because I needed to recharge. And I am not a puppet to be on display all the time. Just try to keep my mood up by just really staying positive, reminding myself of positive affirmations, stopping myself in that negative self-talk where you're saying, oh, I'm really bad at this, or I shouldn't be doing this, or I suck, or saying those things are going to bring you down. Realizing that when you're saying it, correcting yourself. Staying on a schedule really helps too. Waking up, making your bed, washing your face, putting your makeup on, getting dressed, looking good when you walk out of the house, taking care of yourself, going to the gym and eating healthy. I'll tell you, that's exactly what's going to help you stay in a positive, energetic mood all the time. That right there is fueling your body with vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, healthy foods, not eating simple sugars that are just going to make you high for a second and then crashing. That's how you stay positive, energetic all the time. Fuck wants to know. Or wait, Hannah Ray wants to know, do you wear hair extensions or is your hair layered? I'm glad you asked this because my hair used to be like down to my ass. And then I decided to go ombre. And when I decided to go back to blonde, the ombre fucked it up. And then going back to blonde really fucked it up. I had a bunch of breakage like right around the crown part of my head on the top half. So like all of my hair on the bottom that wasn't bleached back out was like long, and then all this hair on the top of my head that had the most damage was like short, and like over a year it kept breaking off really, really bad. And then when I found out that I got picked on the show, I couldn't cut my hair because I had to keep the same look. Oh, so what happened? Right after the show, I cut my hair, as you can see now, because the hair that was broken off used to be like this short. Once it got to that length, I cut it all off, and I had to wear the hair extensions to maintain a certain look on the show because I had a bunch of missing hair on the top of my head. And now I just wear them occasionally. I miss the way I looked with long hair. Sierra wants to know, do you miss KC? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's my hometown. I see myself going back there and raising my family. I love Kansas City. I'll be going back very soon. One of the biggest differences is that people in Kansas City they'll open their door for you, open up their homes to you, and make you breakfast, and give you the time of day, and say hello to you, and ask you how you're doing, just because they feel good by helping other people feel good. There's just a big group of people in LA that just only want you for what they can get out of you. They don't want to give you their time unless they're getting something in return. Mr. Z907 wants to know, why do they make y'all take public transportation? Because it's the real world. And just because we're on TV doesn't mean we're rich. Okay. Jen wants to know, how many years did you date Brian from when to when? Brian and I have been off and on for 5 years. We were on for 2 years, pretty much solid. And then we got off for like 6 months, and then we got back together. Kind of got back together right before the show, and then we weren't together. It's kind of weird. We've been off and on forever. Kristen Yerk, 83, wants to know, is it hard for you to let go of the past? Like, could you forgive Brian? I'm really good at forgiving people, actually. I'm probably too good at forgiving people. The question is can Brian forgive me? We do mean things towards each other. He has a harder time getting over things, and I move on pretty quick. I just try to live, forgive, and move on. It's the best thing to do. So, guys, thank you so much for all of your questions. I'm going to try to do another one of these. This is my mid-season question video. I'm going to do one more towards the end of the season. If you have more questions for me, don't forget to do the hashtag AskJennyD. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jenny C. Delich. And on the YouTube, please like and subscribe for more videos. In case you're wondering, Delich is Croatian, so holla to all the Croatians out there. So holla to the shock hollas. If you hate her, don't even bother. Thank you so much.